love is running through my veins. Oh, this line can't be tamed. There's fire in my blood. Burn.
Right, hello everyone and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship, as we are here for a very, very special occasion here for Formula E at the final round, the second of the two double headers at the Nürnberg. We're here for the second Nürnberg ePrix, and what a legendary moment this is, as well as it is the season finale of Formula E in 2019. 4 drivers enter in as contenders for the championship, and only one will walk out as champion. We got the two titans, the two Porsche teammates of Ari Soil and Tobias Schwulenberg, completely tied on 89 points, and it cannot get closer. This is the closest ever championship decider we've ever had in the ACOC. It doesn't get closer than this, ladies and gentlemen, with 2 teammates tied on points. Porsche have wrapped up the constructors title last time out as we were here. Let's see if they can wrap up the drivers as well. We also got the Audi of Remus McGregor in third, and then the Rocket Venturi Racing of Thornton and Concom in fourth, both who still mathematically have a chance in the title. But today I think it will be between the 2 Tag Heuer Porsche cars. Either way, then we got 15 minutes of the group stage. Just a very big welcome to everyone who will be watching the stream. I hope you guys will be excited for the season finale just as much as I am in the commentary booth. But yeah, before we get on the way with the track, before we get on the way with qualifying, let's go through the track. There it is. So the Nürnberg is a street circuit which is located in the south of Germany, the city of Nürnberg. It was first opened in 1947. And was and had some regional competitions with motorcycles, but the track made its mark in the 1970s when a sports car series used to come here. DTM is obviously the most famous series to run at this track. It's run ever since 1984. You've had the World Sports Car Championship as well, and then a few others like the BMW M1 Pro Car Championship and the Super Tourenwagen Cup. But yeah, it hasn't seen a lot of continental or even international racing at all. It's mostly just regional series. But the circuit, which isn't very long, it's only 2.3 kilometers. The layout has remained virtually unchanged ever since 1972, and it has just a total of 8 turns. Lap times, obviously, as we see, in the sub 1 minute mark, making this the only track on the Formula E calendar to be lapped under a minute. So that is quite exciting, I would say. As there is the first 24 times on the board, and as I was talking about the track, you have Halil Shahin, surprisingly enough, who is currently fastest, and then we have Ari Soilu in second. Very, very good stuff from Ari Soilu. He'll be needing that, considering his team at Schwulenberg is currently down in 12th. And I guess I don't really need to go through the championship criteria between Soil and Schwulenberg. All it is that one has to finish ahead of the others, or just in the points, and they'll be champion of 2019. As you have Anton Råberg, who's now back in the Envision Virgin Racing car after Alex Luan made a little guest appearance. There we go. There's Tobias Schwulenberg, and he gets himself ahead of his teammate. Already, the teammate rivalry is beginning to surface as Schwulenberg not wasting any time as he goes about a 10th faster than his teammate Ari Soil. But we know Formula E, it's quick fire. It's very, very fast when it comes to improvements in qualifying. So none of the 8 times you see they're at the top, we don't know if that is gonna go ahead. So there will constantly be improvements in qualifying. So you might see Schwulenberg at the top and you might see Soil in 4th, but I can guarantee you that it's not how it's gonna stay. Especially considering we have 9.5 minutes to go in qualifying. But we've been talking about the legendary Porsche rivalry, considering that Soil now goes into 2nd. It's already heating up here in qualifying. But yeah, absolutely legendary. I think this will go down in history as the one of the greatest, if not the greatest, teammate battle we've ever had in the ACOC as a whole. Schwulenberg versus Soil, the 2 Porsche teammates, tied on points into the championship finale. I mean, it sounds like out of a movie, and considering how close they are already qualifying, it is real like a movie here, and it's sick. But enough talking about the Porsches. Who are the 2 other championship contenders? So you have the DTM champion himself in P3 at the moment. He's currently down in 20th in qualifying. Remus McGregor in the Audi, not done quite well in these last 3 rounds. He's just been kind of looking off the pace, while the Porsches have wrapped it up quite a lot. They come off very strong, especially in Nürnberg here, finishing 1-2. That's helped them guarantee the title for the constructors. See if they can do for the drivers as well. And then you have Theodor Konkum, who would be in the championship fight, or he would be a much closer to Soil and Schwulenberg had it not been for the fact that half points were awarded at Tangerang, because now he only scored 12.5 points at Tangerang, and I believe if he would have scored full points for that, he would have only been 9 points off the 2 Porsches. So he would have been far closer to them had it not happened, as Halil Shahin now takes the fastest spot once again, but he's quickly usurped by Courtney Simpson, who now goes fastest, as Ari Soiler brings himself up to 3rd, Eric Aldenbray up at the 2nd. This is what I'm talking about when I said that we have a lot of quick-fire improvements with the group stages here in Formula E, as you saw Shahin, who was just taking pole there in such a short notice, just to lose it to Courtney Simpson. And Courtney Simpson, who started off the season strong with a race with a Dubai, can he end off the season strong with a good result here at Nürnberg? We will see, as you have Tillersley getting himself up into P5 into provisional Superpole. You have McGregor improving up into 17th position ahead of Tobias Schwulenberg. All Schwulenberg's going to be hoping for here simply is just to get into Superpole, as Huang Ming Nguyen, a man who is no stranger to Superpole, gets himself up into 7th position. Not bad from Nguyen there, as he goes down to 8th, though, as Tander goes up into P7, and he's knocked out of Superpole completely, as Giulia Cesetti goes up into 8th position now in the Nissan Idams. And yeah, not bad from the Nissan Idams driver. She was knocked out of championship contention last time out at the first of the double headers, but still, the news broke, obviously, a few days ago that Giulia Cesetti was confirmed for Formula 1. She's going to be driving for Williams next season alongside Josef Frederick Schuto. So we wish the best for Cesetti in Formula 1. As you have Huang Ming Nguyen improving up into 7th. Now Schwulenberg is looking a bit on edge there in P8. You have Niro Alcina across the line, and he doesn't improve, as he was basically virtually wheel-to-wheel with the Panasonic Jaguar racing car of, I think that is Adam Wolf, I do believe. Yeah, that would be Adam Wolf, considering Jake Tillersley is in the pit lane. But You have another improvement there. I think it was Balin Jolga gave himself up to 6, and that now knocks Tobias Schulenberg out of Super Bowl. Zenan Kaya gets himself up to 4th. The man who scored his first ever DTM podium, his Formula E podium last time out. He'll be looking to do much of the same. The man who was obviously winning races and scoring podiums in DTM, looking to do much of the same here in Formula E. So Niro Alcid on a very, very good improvement here. He's about 10th up as he heads down Beuthenerstrasse. Let's see if Alcid can actually get a nice little improvement on this lap. And he does so, and up into fastest goes Niro Alcid. That's a very, very good lap from the man from Finland. And up into P1 he goes. Obviously, we were expecting a Finn at the top of the timing sheet, but I don't think it was this man. Either way, very, very pleasant improvement as Niro Alcid that takes the fastest spot ahead of Courtney Simpson and Eric Adelberg in 3rd. At the moment, though, it is looking to be in the favor of Ari Soilu as you have Talal Nugali now going up into 2nd. Very, very good improvement from Talal Nugali, the man who obviously scored his first podium at Tangerang, but obviously half points were awarded, so he only scored 9 points for that P2. It's been his only points ever since that, though. Ari Soilu currently in 5th as Alcide improves, and he's actually gone into the 152s now with the 152.933 as you have Aaron Curtis. What an improvement for Aaron Curtis, as it's a 53.469 from the Irishman, and that is quite a good lap from the man. The Geox Dragon goes ahead of his teammate Eric Adelberg. So, yeah, not bad at all. Geox Dragon looking very, very good in qualifying as both their drivers set to advance into Super Bowl as Johan Kai up at the P2 and Schwulenberg up at the P4. There we go. Finally, Tobias gets it together, and up into 4th goes the German, and it is looking a bit better for him considering Ari Soilu is in 8th and currently in the pit lane. It's tense. It's tense here in qualifying. I'm feeling the nerves as the drivers are just going at it here. For the championship, as you have Ankaya here in 2nd, the Diaz Tachita. He's looking to be on very good form, and I think he is really capitalizing off this. We'll see though if that can carry on to Super Bowl, because we have had moments where it doesn't carry on. As you have Giulia Cesetti up at the 8th, she gets herself back into Super Bowl and knocks out Ari Soilu out of Super Bowl provisionally with 3 minutes to go. Will Ari come out of the pit lane again? That is the question. As you have everyone in the top 8 bar Alcide, Adelberg and Cesetti in the pit lane, so we'll see if any of those drivers can get improvements. Simpson has gone out again, and that's Erkki Nyt, and that is the Estonian driver into the wall, and Courtney Simpson going a bit slow to try and avoid him. Let's see what's happened to Erkki Nyt, the man in the Mahindra who scored a bit more points last time out at Nürnberg. Now it looks to be quite dismal for him here in qualifying. So he comes out of the pit lane. A lot of cars here. There's the Diaz Tachita as he goes on the inside and just spins him round. And Erkki can't do anything there. I mean, yeah, I can't really blame that on Nyt. That was the fault of the Diaz Tachita. And now, unfortunately, he is stuck in the wall. And I believe the drivers will take a bit of caution going through here. Yeah, you can see. So I guess yellow flags will be waving there, and drivers will be forced to exercise a bit of caution as Cesetti goes up at the 5th now, and that brings Schwulenberg down to 7th, and it's going to bring him down to 8th as Balin Jolga goes 2nd, and Remus McGregor, look at that, Remus McGregor up at the 3rd, and that is going to bring Tobias Schwulenberg out of Super Bowl, crucially, as there we go, Nyt is back into the pit lane, so it'll be, so everything is good once again, but is Schwulenberg going to go out again? That's the question. Soilu is out. Soilu is going around the circuit. Is Schwulenberg going to go out? Is he going to have enough time? As you're going to have Ari Soilu, who's just going to start his lap of the Norris ring here, as he is going to head to turn 1 into the Grundischkehre. Turn number 2 as Thundertorn Konkum now gets himself at the P6. It's really turning around here for the Porsches, as now both of them might be out of the points here. Let's see, Soilu sector 1. He's a 10th of Alcide, so it is looking to be an improvement for the man from Finland in the Porsche. He could get himself into Super Bowl with this lap if he just keeps it clean, as Remus McGregor now goes 2nd. It is swaying in the favor of Remus McGregor as Adam Wolf goes up into P10 through sector 2. Then he comes at least up on Alcida here. He could get himself in a super pole, and it could be disappointment for Tobias Schwulenberg as Courtney Simpson makes sure that the two Audis get into super pole. Soiler then, as he comes round the final corner and down Beuterinstrasse, what can Ari Soiler do? Can he get himself into super pole? Can he get out of his teammate? Yes, he can, and up into P3 goes Ari Soilu, and that's going to be more than enough to secure himself into Super Bowl. But it's going to be this man who we are going to watch, Tobias Schwulenberg, his teammate, as it's now really heating up. He's going to try and knock out Thundertorn Konkup, the other championship contender in this, as McGregor is going to be through into Super Bowl, most likely, but we are going to watch this lap with great interest. Through the Grundlichkehrer, turn number 2, and then turn 3. What's his first sector time going to be for the German? And it's 4/10 off. I don't think it is going to be enough for Tobias Schwulenberg, but he is going to have to nail it through sector 20. Comes down to Schöller S. The out of turn 5 down Zeppelinstrasse. Let's see what he can do in his home race. He'll be looking to secure the title here in front of the home crowd as he heads down into turn 6. It's 5/10. It's 5/10. I don't think it's going to be enough for Tobias Schwulenberg. It's going to be absolute disappointment if he isn't able to get into Super Bowl as he rounds turn 8 now into Beuterinstrasse. Can Tobias Schwulenberg get into the top 8 with this lap time as he's gonna go across the line? And he's not improved, and he's not improved. And here at Nürnberg, Tobias Schwulenberg's gonna qualify P17, and I fear that may be his title over here at the Norris Ring. And Tobias Schwulenberg, that's absolute heartbreak as his teammate Soiler's into Super Pole, McGregor is in, Konkup's just going to be out, and that is it. And Schwulenberg, in the cruelest of ways, knocked out of championship contention. Oh well, that was quite the qualifying, I have to say so. But your top 8 then is Courtney Simpson, followed by Aaron Curtis, Nilo Alcida, Ari Soiler, Remus McGregor, Noah Clifton, Balint Jolga, and Halil Shahin. So the two Neos doing very well. Jolga and Shahin up there. I believe this is Jolga's first ever Super Bowl appearance. He hasn't scored any points this entire season. Let's see if he can end it off on a high note here. Got Clifton up there. Not bad from him. Obviously failed to start the first of the races here at Nürnberg, so he'll be looking to do it again. But yeah, the people who we are gonna have to watch this time around is gonna be Soilu and McGregor. I don't think a lot of people are expecting Remus McGregor. But just kind of snapped together and got it here. So he'll be hoping to at least finish ahead of Ari Sol. But McGregor is gonna have a lot to do if he wants to get past Ari Sol. That's not scoring by a total of 19 points. So he'll be hoping that something goes quite wrong for Ari Soilu here in Super Pole. But yeah, it's going to be absolutely flawless from McGregor if he wants to secure the title here. Ari Soiler then looking as the big favorite here now at the moment, as he has basically a 19-point lead over Remus McGregor, and Schwulenberg, who won't be scoring any points. Most likely, I say most likely, we don't know what's going to happen. It's never over until it's over. We've learned that a lot of times in the ACOC. We'll see what will happen. As who is first man out, it is Halil Shahin, the man from Turkey in the Neo. Obviously, the people who have watched Formula E since 2017 may be familiar with the Turkish driver in the Neo. You famously had Mehmet Demiroğlu in the Neo, obviously, who went on to become a race winner. And podium sitter lost out the title by 8 points to the BMW I Andretti car of Jakub Sikorski. It was very legendary title fight that was as well. So Formula E, no shortage of title fights obviously. But back in 2017, this man Halil Shahin was driving in Formula 2. Surprisingly enough, a lot of people don't seem to remember the man from Turkey in Formula 2. He drove for Dams alongside a name you might be a bit more familiar with in Formula 2, Matija Dragovic. But it wasn't a very good season for Halil. He finished P17 in the standings, 30 points, and a total of 20 points behind his teammate that season. He got dropped down a tier to IndyCar for 2018. It didn't go really that well for him either. In fact, he finished last out of all full-time runners that season, so it was really, really dismal season. And now when Formula E was announced to return for 2019, it's gone a bit better. I mean, he scored a few more points. He's had a few nice performances here and there, but yeah, still no podium or anything. So it's just he's been kind of hanging on. He's been kind of hanging around at the back, but I don't know. Maybe he will eventually get his chance, and who knows? It could be here as Shahin heads down Beutherner Straße. Let's see what he can do with this lap time. It's a 54. No, it's a 54.205, which is going to be the banker lap, the time to beat for everyone else here at the Norris Ring. Ooh, it is going to be very, very close here in qualifying. I am feeling it here. Shahin and the first man to set a time. We're going to have Nilo Alcina who's going to go across the line, and he's only 200ths off Halil Shahin there. So, man in the Mercedes can't get past the experienced Turkish driver. Ari saw that with a 55.2. That's a second down on Halil Shahin, as Shahin's teammate Jolga now goes fastest with a 53.9. The former Formula 1 driver, obviously, who drove for Sauber and Toro Rosso in his Formula 1 career. Now, he's the first man to get into the one. No, I keep saying one out of habit, but it's a 53.9 as Shahin improves down to a 54.247. So it's not looking bad for Neo at the moment here in qualifying. Obviously, Neo had a very strong lineup in 2017 as well. There was Demirolo and Eduardo Silva. As you have Alcida already into the pit lane, so he's coming in quite early. Remus McGregor then, let's see what he can do, the DTM champion, as he's going to go across the line. And he sandwiches himself between the two Neos, not before Ari Sawyer rings himself up in the second though, as Courtney Simpson goes P4. Clifton just went fast there for a while, until Balint Jolga with a 53.797 goes fastest. That's all 8 times on the board. Currently, it is Soilu in qualifying who leads McGregor at the moment, as you have Balint Jolga taking the fastest spot as Halil Shahin improves ahead of Remus McGregor. So it's not looking very, very good for McGregor at the moment with 3.5 minutes to go. Soilu is just going to have to hope that he stays there. But Noah, I have to say, Noah Clifton in second. That's not a bad qualifying at all from the Australian. And I think you'll be quite happy with that. As we see Shahin through the Schiller S and McGregor down Beutherner Straße. Let's see what McGregor can do. If he does improve, and he does, up at the P4. And that brings him up into just behind Ari Soiler. But Noah Clifton now takes the fastest spot. I was just going to mention Curtis up at the third, but Clifton now goes fastest and almost a 10th faster than Balint Jolga there. Let's see if the Hungarian can respond. We're going to watch Jolga's teammate though, Shahin, currently in 7th. Let's see if he can improve on this lap. No, he cannot, as he stays in 7th position with 2 minutes 40 to go. 2 people in the pit lane now, Ari Soiler, the 2 Finns of Ari Soiler and Nilo Alcida. Let's see if they will go out again. 2.5 minutes ago, Shahin makes his way through the Schiller S as you have Remus McGregor then once again making his way down Beutherner Straße. Let's see if the Flying Scotsman can improve as he goes across the line. He does improve. Not enough to get him ahead of Soiler though. Simpson though with 1 lap time absolutely smashes it. Up at the second he goes, but Jolga takes it back from Noah Clifton by 0.07 of a second. That lap time is going down way much. It's going down a lot. Neil Alcida then back on the circuit. Soiler still hasn't come out, but Alcida heading through Grundischkere on his outlap. He's gonna have to hope that he doesn't really hold up anyone here, as Remus McGregor now making his way down Zeppelinstraße through the left-hander of turn 6 and then through Dutzendteichkere, turn number 7. Is he gonna finish up this lap though? And through turn 8 comes McGregor, and behind is his teammate Courtney Simpson as McGregor is in. McGregor is in, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to witness Courtney Simpson as he cuts across the line and he can't improve. And there is Ari Soyden, just comes out, but I feel like he's come out at a little bit of bad time here because he is just in the middle of traffic as Noah Clifton, the man currently in second, is going to try to get past Soyden. You can see he's just stuck behind the Porsche there, but McGregor in. I don't think he's going to go out again. I don't think Remus McGregor is going out again, as Halil Shahin is in as well, and same with Aaron Curtis. So they won't be going out again, I don't think. And yeah, McGregor's not going out, so McGregor will be starting P6. Ari Soilu is desperately going to have to hope for an improvement here. Or not desperately, but he's just going to have to hope for an improvement to at least have a little bit of leeway between him and McGregor. Obviously, at the moment, he would be comfortably winning the championship, even though McGregor is only a position behind him. At the moment, will be in qualifying as Ari Soilu then starts his lap. Let's go on board with lap of the Norris Ring with Ari Soilu into turn 1 and now into the legendary hairpin, the Grundish Kara, turn number 2. And then just take as much of a wide exit as possible. You can see, yeah, I think with onboard, you see how wide this track is. Now into the Scheller S, the 90-degree corners into the left and then into the right. Make sure to avoid the wall on exit there, but try to use as much of the track as possible as you head down Zeppelinstrasse through this little kink, turn number 6, and now into Dutzenteilskere, the other hairpin here. Nice and tidy on exit. Let's see if he can make number 8 into Beutnerstrasse. The chicken flag is waving. Can Ari Soilu do it and get himself an improvement here as he goes across the line? And no, Ari Soilu does not improve, and that means that the two championship rivals will start on the same row as you have Nino Alcida. Then let's see if the man from Finland can improve as he will be the final car across the line. Can he stop Balin Jolga here? He goes ahead of McGregor, and that's been good news for Ari Soilu, but that means that Balint Jolga is on pole position here at the Norris Ring. So I think that improvement from Alcida crucial for Ari Soilu, his fellow countryman, helping him out there a bit in the championship. But yeah, Balint Jolga taking pole, that's a very, very big surprise. But McGregor starting 7th and Soilu starting 5th. It is looking a lot in the favor of Ari Soilu. But shame to see Tobias Schulenberg down there in P17. You know, I think he would have want to impress in front of the home crowd here, but it's racing. Everyone has their moments. It's going to be a very, very exciting championship finale, though. I think we're going to have McGregor and Soilu fight it out for the championship. But we'll see who will come out on top after these laps. As yes, we are here then for one final time in Formula E, here for the starting grid before lights out for the second Nürnberg ePrix, and it is Balint Jolga who starts on pole position. We haven't had a Hungarian pole sitter in very, very long in any tier, so nice to see Balint up there, which should give him a very, very good run of confidence. As you have Noah Clifton starting alongside him, a very, very unusual top two, but you have Courtney Simpson, the other former F1 driver, in P3, followed by Aaron Curtis in P4. Third row accompanied by the two Finns, Ari Soila and Nilo Alsi. The Soila looking very, very good in the championship, as you have Remus McGregor only 2 positions behind his championship rival. He'll have a lot to do today, followed by Halil Shahin in 8th position. Henry J. Brown starts in P9 with Zedan Kaya rounding out the top 10 with DS Tachitas. You have Thuliton Konkum starting outside the points in P11 with Eric Adelberg in P12. Julia Chisetti starts P13, followed by Saudi Arabian Talal Nugali in 14th. Nick Tander is P15 in the Virgin Racing car, followed by the Panasonic Jaguar Racing of Adam Wolf. And then you have Tobias Schwulenberg, the other championship contender, starting way down in 17th. If I'm being honest, I don't think he'll be able to do much today, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. As you have Jake Tiddlesley in 18th, followed by Huang Min Nguyen in 19th. Then it is Anton Joaberg in 20th, a man who made his Formula 1 debut last time out. And then you have Coleman Russ, followed by Erik Nut, who had his qualifying cut short in P22. And the final 2 cars on the grid will be Matthew Falcon and Abrar Chowdhury. So, for one final time, then let's get on the way with the race, as you have Balint Jolga on pole, Noah Clifton in second, as the championship will be decided now, as we have 6 lights here in Nürnberg, and we are underway here at the Nürnberg ePrix. Very good start for Balint Jolga, as there in the background is the Geox Dragon of Curtis, as I think they might be 3 wide heading into the first corner. Curtis on the outside line, as Simpson might have to back off there, but no, they are going to be 3 wide, and there is a bit of wheel banging between Clifton and Simpson, as Simpson barges his way through on the inside line, and up into second he goes, as you have Soilu up into 4th already, as he's battling Aaron Curtis. And there, bit of camouflage as Chisetti falls down a lot of positions. That was contact with Nit, and I think the other Mahindra Chowdhury, as you have Curtis fending off Ari Soilos. Nilo Alti is doing with Halil Shahin. Bad start for Remus McGregor, as he is down in P8 at the moment. But Curtis and Soila going wheel to wheel. Curtis giving the championship leader a very good run for his money here, as they're going to head down Boytonerstrasse wheel to wheel. Curtis on the outside, but he will switch to the inside of the man from Finland, as they're going to head into Grundiskeren, and it's going to be Aaron Curtis who is going to go on the inside of Ari Soilos. Ari goes late on the brakes, but Curtis has the inside line. It's going to be the better traction as they come out of the Grundiskeren, and it is Aaron Curtis with the better exit who gets ahead of Ari Soilos. Very, very good battle, as you have Nilo Alsi there of Halil Shahin as well, but Balint Jolga leads Courtney Simpson, as you have Adelberg and Henry J. Brown who's going to go at it, as Adelberg has a look into the Schiller S, but Brown defends as they head out of turn 5. There is Schwulenberg trying to make up positions, as he is going to battle with Jake Tillisley. There by Tillisley's teammate Wolf making the move on Talal Nugali, as he's going to go around the outside of the Rocket Venturi racing car. But there's Schwulenberg as well in the background, as they're almost heading too far there. There's Wolf and Nugali, or is that? No, it's Nugali and Adelberg, in fact, as Aaron Curtis does the fast lap of the races. We're on lap 3 out of 22, but Schwulenberg still trying to get past. Well, no, sorry, that's Nugali, but Schwulenberg, yeah, they're in the background, is trying to get past Tillisley, as Nugali himself tries to get past Adelberg on the outside line. These two obviously have competed in DTM with each other, so it's not the first time they're in the same tier, as Nugali, I think, is just going to get past Eric Adelberg, but Adelberg hangs on the inside line. We obviously know he's a very, very fierce racer, Eric Adelberg, as they head down Zeppelinerstrasse. Is he going to be able to get past? That is the very, very good battle we're being treated to. Schwulenberg in the background got past Jake Tillisley, as Nugali on the inside line into Dutzendteichkehre. Can Nugali do it? Can he make the move stick as they gotta head down into the Grundiskeren? They've been side by side for the entire lap here, which is absolutely crazy. As as they now head through turn 1 and into Grundiskere. Now turn number 2 into the hairpin. Nugali's going to have the inside line. Will that guarantee him the better exit, though, as they head out of Grundiskere? And finally, Talal Nugali up into P13 and ahead of Eric Adelberg, as there you have Giulia Cisetti dueling with Abrar Chowdhury for position, as it's going to be Chowdhury on the inside line, Cisetti on the outside. I wonder if we can get the replay of what happened to Cisetti, though, on that first lap. As we're going to witness the battle. I guess we're going to finish up this battle, though, first, as we're going to see Cisetti on the inside line into Dusan Tashkere, as Chowdhury is going to swing around the outside. To going wheel to wheel, as Erki Nytt there in the background might try and get involved into this, as they're going to be wheel to wheel down Boysenstrasse, the start finish straight, as Talal Nugali now sets the fastest lap of the race. That is a surprise, as Cisetti on the inside line, then the two basically wheel to wheel, as it's going to be Chowdhury later on the brakes. But can Cisetti have the better traction on the inside line? Yes, she does, and the head of Abrar Chowdhury goes the Italian. But let's see what happened to Giulia Cisetti at the start then. So here we are. And yeah, she gets a poor start. I think that's Råberg and Nugali, and it's a three-way situation here. And Råberg kind of taps the side of Cisetti. And then it's ahead to turn 1. And oh, I think that's Tildesley. And Tildesley spins round Cisetti, and that could be. I think we get Tildesley on. Okay, never mind. As there is Nick Tanner currently running 10th. He's chasing down Zedan Kaya for P9 at the moment. But Balin Jolga still leads Courtney Simpson from Clifton, Curtis, and Soilu in 5th. So at the moment, Ari Soilu obviously would go on to become champion of 2019 in Formula E. But Cisetti now, we were talking about her, she just hit the fastest lap of the race. That is a quite big surprise for the woman down in P20. We'll see if she can maybe utilize that pace to try and get past a few cars, as you have Nick Tander chasing down Zed Ankaya there in 9th, as you have Abrar Chowdhury chasing down Giulia Cisetti. So it's still a pretty close battle, but we'll see how it turns out then, as we're on lap 6 out of 22. Aaron Curtis now takes away the fastest lap from Cisetti, so Curtis on quite good pace, I would say here. So he's not done bad at all, I would say. As the other two BMW Iron Red is currently in last place, P23 and P24, so not really the best race for them at the moment. Not the way they would want to end off the season, especially considering that this is their home race as well. As you have Falcon chasing down Rus for P23. As Aaron Curtis is going to try to secure his first ever podium here. He's chasing down Noah Clifton for 3rd, and Simpson himself, who's chasing down Jolga for the lead, but at the moment nothing's really coming out of that. Have to say, very, very good stuff from Balint there in the lead, as he's really pulling away at the moment. As Jake Tildesley now is the fastest lap of the race. As Curtis still chasing down Clifton, you can see the gap is quite close, but the field isn't really spread out at the moment, so I would say everyone is still hanging on. As they head down Boytenstrasse, let's see if Curtis is going to be close enough to try anything. I don't think he is, but he is lapping, I believe, about a tenth faster than Noah Clifton at the moment. As surprisingly enough, Tobias Schwulenberg now says the fastest lap of the race, down in P16 at the moment. So I feel like the fastest lap is just kind of exchanging hands at the moment. As there is Ari Stoiler chasing down Aaron Curtis as well. So Curtis still has to watch out for Stoiler behind, as they were battling on the first few laps before, and they will be battling once again, I do believe, if Stoiler does find the opportunity to strike. As they all headed to Grundischkehre, Jake Tildesley now says the fastest lap. No, Huang Ming Nguyen says the fastest lap of the race. The man who's currently down in P19 with a 53.265. But at the moment, the field is still relatively close to each other. Everyone is basically under a second, bar Giulia Cesetti down in P20, but I think she probably has some damage to her car, quite possibly. There is Erkki Newton P22 as Balint Jolgan as the fastest lap. No, Aaron Curtis goes one better with a 53.159. So Curtis, I guess, is a name that's mentioned here. He seems to be very good on the pace today, which is nice to see, as he's currently in fourth. And you have Clifton there in third, but at the moment, no one is really trying anything, as you have the two Mahindras here in the background. Chowdhury followed by teammate Erkki Nyt in P22. Really hasn't been the greatest season for Mahindra, I have to say. Or, it depends on how you look at it. I mean, you think about it, Albert Chowdhury scored 2 wins in a row for Mahindra, but Erkki Nyt scored his first ever points just 2 races ago, so... yeah, I don't know. As Zedan Kayanos is the fastest lap of the race, so it's a 1:53.1. I think that fastest lap time is just going down more and more and more as the laps tick by. This is Juliet with a 53 flat, so I think we're going to get into the 52s very, very soon. It'll be quite interesting as Falcon, I think, went a bit wide as he's trying to chase down his teammate Koloman Rus. As we go a bit further up the field, once again, Ari Soilo chasing down Aaron Curtis. Soilo doesn't need to do much, he just has to stay in this position, and he will be crowned champion of 2019 of Formula E. Koloman Rus is the fastest lap, and yeah, I was correct. We're down into the 52s now with a 52.919. As here we are with Talal Nugali. Hasn't been the greatest season for Talal Nugali, only 9 points to his name this season. Currently in P21, that is, at the moment, so... yeah, I think this is going to be a season to forget for Talal Nugali. As Halil Shahin now says the fastest lap of the race in 7th. 52.911. I feel like we're getting a fastest lap every lap now, which is quite funny. As Ari Soil looking quite close to the back of Aaron Curtis. I feel like there's a battle coming up here, As Soil is about 4/10 off Curtis. He's run a bit wide through Dutzendteichkehre, and you can see that has compromised him quite a bit on exit. Unless he was trying to set himself up for the straight, which I don't think he was, as Remus McGregor now sets the fastest lap of the race, 52.766, and it's gone down by about 0.2 of a second now, which is quite interesting. As they once again head through Dutzendteichkehre. Obviously, it's not a must for Soil to overtake Curtis, but I think he'll be wanting to win the championship by the most amount of points possible. At the moment, though, as we are on lap 16, Jolga has extended his advantage to Courtney Simpson by about 1.2 seconds. You can see he's lapping on that previous lap. He's lapping about a tenth faster than Simpson every lap. So, or well, I don't know if that's for every lap, but he's at least lapping a tenth faster than last lap. So, I guess I would assume it is staying about that. As Matthew Falcon has a fast lap of the race, down in last position. That's a bit of a surprise, but hey, at least he's got the pace, you know. And for Matthew Falcon, it really hasn't been the greatest season for him either. It's not had well, he did score a podium at Okayama. That was his best finish in third. Other than that, though, yeah, it's not been too much for him. As Aaron Curtis now sets the fastest lap of the race, 52.468. I think it's a bit of a game between the drivers now. How low can the fastest lap go? And Albert Chowdhury with a I keep saying one, but it's a 52.459 he sets. We'll see. Could it go down to the 51s even? We will see. As you have Tanner there in 10th. Soil still in 5th, chasing down Aaron Curtis, who himself is chasing down Noah Clifton. And Simpson, who is falling behind on Balint Jolga. As Ari Soilnas is the fast lap of the race. It's a 52.427 at the moment, as he's about 5/10 off. I think he's having a look on the inside of Aaron Curtis, though. Curtis went a bit wide, or I think was that maybe Soiler kind of scaring Curtis into a mistake. It could have been. I don't know. Aaron Curtis, obviously, who didn't even do the full season. He missed the first round at Dubai, because originally it was Adam Hidayat in the Geox Dragon. Then he was called out to Formula 2 to replace Fernando Tost. And Curtis got the call up to FE for round 2. So it was quite interesting. As Noah Clifton now sets the fast lap of the race, 52.3. I think he's going to go down to the 51s here, as we are once again watching Talal Lugali, who is chasing down Henry J. Brown for P12. As here's Coleman Rus on the back of Erkin Nyt trying to get that BMW out of second to last position. As I think he may be trying a move very soon. At any given moment, I think he will be able to strike. Assetto Corsa, Aaron Curtis now at the fast lap of the race, 52.196. As qualifying is now live for anyone, but it hasn't obviously fully started. We only got a few laps left, and you guys can all go enjoy the Formula 1 qualifying. Just got a notification on my phone, so if you heard the little F1 team radio jingle in the background, it was because I got a notification that qualifying was live. As you have Abra Chowdhury chasing down Giulia Cisetti, Ari Soilu still behind Aaron Curtis at the moment, so I don't think Soilu is actually going to try and get past. I feel like he's more... I don't know, I feel like he's letting Aaron enjoy the 4th position. It's going to be his highest finishing position this season. And I have to say, despite finishing... what was it? P17 in DTM last season. It's not a bad first season of Formula E. I mean, it's not bad at all. As it is going to be this man who, funnily enough, hasn't scored a single point before this. Very reminiscent of Håkon Olsen back in 2017. But he will finally bring Neo their first win since 2017 as he rounds the final corner. What a way to cap off the season for Balint Jolgas. He is now a race winner and comes across the line to win the Nürnberg ePrix, and in a very dominant fashion. But keep the applauses going for Ari Soilu, who becomes the 2019 champion of Formula E after a close championship finale and a fantastic season. What a season as the fireworks go off here at the Norris Ring. Ari Soilu is your 2019 champion of Formula E. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Formula E done and dusted for this season. And Balint Jolga takes the win here at the Nürnberg ePrix. Courtney Simpson ends off the season strong with a P2. And Noah Clifton, his first podium in Formula E, finishes third as Aaron Curtis gets fourth with the fastest lap. So 1 extra point to the Irishman. Ari Soilu, your newly crowned Formula E champion in P5 with his fellow countryman Nilo Alcide in sixth, as Halil Shahin in seventh, with Remus McGregor finishing P8. Zenan Kaya is ninth with Tander rounding out the points in P10. Then we have Thuritur Konkam, who couldn't finish in the points, P11. Then you have Henry J. Brown in 12th for Vitali Gali in 13th. Then Eric Adelberg is P14 with Adam Wolf in 15th, and P16 Tobias Schulenberg. Really big shame for him today, as you have Jake Tillersley in P17 with Anton Råberg in 18th. Then we have Nguyen followed by Cisetti in 19th and 20th. Then it is Abra Chowdhury and Erkin Nyt, the two Mahindras, P21 and P22, and the two BMW Andretti cars take the final spot on the grid, Coleman Rus and Matthew Falcon. Right then, and that has been it for Formula E this season. Before we go, though, I will give out driver of the day, and my driver of the day will actually go to Aaron Curtis. I would love to give it to Balint Jolga because I think he drove a great race. But Aaron Curtis gets my drive of the day. I think it was a really, really good drive, and he defended from Ari Soilu, who is now a champion. So I'd say very, very good job from Aaron Curtis, and he gets my drive today. But right then, that has been it for Formula E this season. Thanks so much for watching. It has been a very exciting season of ups and downs for every single driver, and we've had the closest ever championship fight produced here in Formula E. So yeah, that's Porsche wrapping up the drivers and the constructors. Ari Soilu is now your 2019 champion of Formula E. But yeah. For now, then, that has been it. See you at 5 p.m. after real-life Formula 1 qualifying ends for the Formula 2 title decider at Interlagos, where 9 drivers enter in for championship contenders, for championship contention, but only one will walk out as champion. Make sure to not miss that in about 2 hours' time. Until then, I've been your commentator, Miran FG. Make sure to catch us then. Thank you, and goodbye.